for folks who might look to invest in some of these defense stocks? Like, what is the risk, and then how do you mitigate that?
Well, so typically I would say the risk of chasing an event type driven investment at all is that you're buying when, too late in the game and it's going to flush you out, like happens all the time with headlines and things like that. But here, I don't think you have hardly any of that risk. I think you treat it like a good technical sound trade like you would any other stock right now. And then if some of the headlines continue to drive, and hopefully this doesn't happen, but if conflict spreads, you're probably going to see an outsized ROI on a trade that's sound otherwise. And so that's how I would approach almost anything event driven. If the event doesn't happen, is it still a good trade? If so, then I'm good to trade it. If not, then I probably want to stay away.
Right. Well, and even if you think about it event driven, but at a larger level under this administration, looking at the events that have happened so far with Venezuela, Mexico's cartels, now the Middle East, there will likely be more headlines in the future, whether one wants it or not.
It's hard to believe that there won't. And some of those are going to be very short-lived, but obviously just in the environment that we're in right now, there is the very real scenario that long-term impacts are going to emerge. And because of the United States' place in the world, they don't even have to emerge for the US. It can just be an ally that's involved. There's lots of different ways for this stock to perform, which is why it has performed, over the course of the last couple of years, even, when headlines were high and when no one was talking about it at all.
Is there a hard no-no when it comes to defense stocks?
I mean, I would do it more on a technical basis than, hey, I think this company's, losing government contracts, this company is gaining government contracts. You can say, listen, I think Shield or Raytheon or specific company has the potential to have a 10% month in March on the back of these headlines. And you can risk $80 to see if you're right about that. You don't have to grab 100 shares of that stock. You can put together an outsized risk reward trade and say, I'm going to treat it like a regular trade, but because of the situation, because of the event driven opportunity, I'm going to, set my target at 5% out of the money. And if I hit it, I'll have a 10-to-1 trade on my hands.